Hey everyone, internet is full of spooky games that somehow are called horror, but today's video is not about them. Today, I'll tell you about true horror that was made to change the way you see life and the world around yourself. This visual novel will leave a scar on your mind. For I'm CringeLord, and this video is about Maggot Baits. The story is the main goal of why you should play this visual novel. It can look like some kind of sadistic adult game when you look at it at the first time. But the further and further you will delve in its plot, the more you will realize that it's something far more great. It's truly dark, grim, cruel, philosophical and eye-opening, not in an aesthetic way, but in a way of understanding life and human nature. The very biblical story about love, life, strength of personality and God. The story will tell you about a man called Shogo, an ex-policeman who went on a mission one day, and that day changed his life forever. That day he saw how terrifying, grotesque, mad and cruel humans can be. That day broke not only his mind, but his soul too. He changed. So the city where events took place. After that incident it became a forbidden zone which disappeared from all maps. The city represented true essence of sin appeared in its place. Canto Pandemonium. All sorts of sick and cruel minds inhabited the city. Drugs, trafficking, murders, and all sorts of degeneracy became a norm there. Immortals appeared amongst those who enjoyed wicked pleasure. Witches they were called. And each one got a name of the natural disaster. They lived by killing and mating. They fit well in society whose behavior was based on degenerative and primordial instincts. Still, they remained a big mystery. They were not the only strange creatures that lived there. Ugly and grotesque living beings called maggots crawled through the city in search of sating their very primordial and bestial needs. All of that may look like anarchy, but how come such society and city of modern Sodom didn't self-devour itself? Is it not anarchy but a certain order? Is there a person who orchestrates everything? Those and many more questions have to be answered. Shogo returned to the city to find answers and mastermind behind all of this, to avenge victims of the past, including himself. Since the day when he fell into the abyss of madness passed a lot of time. To fight such evil, one has to become evil itself. The road to hell is paved by good intentions. That is well known. He spent years in preparation, training his body and mind to become a weapon that would take down the city. Upon his return, he saved a witch named Carol, intending to use her as one of his weapons. That is how story unfolds. Will Shogo achieve his revenge? Is there anything good left inside his heart? Are Carol and others just weapons for him? Who is behind all of that? What mysteries are hidden in this city? Those and many more questions are there for you to find out. Authors were really inspired by Bible when creating plot of Maggot Baits. That you will notice when going through the content of the story. Plot is not ideal, not a masterpiece and 10 out of 10. There is a good amount of flaws in the story that would be great to improve. Authors present quite an amount of characters to you. Most of them remain undeveloped, some at all. I don't want to dwell on details because I'll have to spoil much of the plot, but they are made to portray the cruel reality of the world. The story also feels sped up at times. All of that makes me think that Cloak Up were tight on budget and maybe time. It also feels like the game misses a huge piece of plot of the main events, and the side stories of the characters participating in the story. Wish more characters had time to shine in that story, but that's just how it is. Despite that, plot remains very decent and meaningful. You'll understand that once you'll reach true ending. The atmosphere of the game is great. Grim dark illustrations, insanely good music and ambience. All that creates a mysterious and scary image of the occurring events. I recommend you to check out OST for the game. It's a really dope song that comes along with dope music. You'll certainly enjoy it. The track is Tomorrow Never Comes by Deathscape. If you'll play and finish the game, this song will have so much meaning. There are also different ambience tracks in the game, very cool ones that create suitable atmosphere, but of course OST outshines them. As for the illustrations, they're good, if one can call them that. The main purpose of their existence is to create dark and horrifying atmosphere. Like 90% of the scenes in the game contain depiction of cruelty and brutality. That is certainly not for everyone's mind to digest. Maggot Baits is not the most wicked game in its content, but still one of very gruesome. You can censor it, it will be easier for your brain to perceive, but game will tremendously lose in its horror aspect. Graphic representation of what is going on is well done. Game could use more normal scenes and story though. It would really work well and leave less questions after you completed it. It's rather difficult to call this game a game, since it's a visual novel with almost no choices, but they exist and even influence the way the story goes. When you play it for the first time, you will be presented with a choice that will lead to one out of two possible endings for that moment. And to see true ending, you will have to play the game a second or third time. After you finish it for the first time, you will be given more choices, choose right, and you will reach true outcome of the story. Not much gameplay here. I would say that lack of choices like it usually is in visual novels is a big bummer, especially when there is a good amount of characters involved, and the world created by authors is so interesting that you would like to get a more profound understanding of it. What can I tell you? I find it hard to recommend you to dwell through Maggot Baits due to its content. If you believe that your mind can process all of that, at least give it a try. Its story is hard pill to swallow. Maggot Baits is made for those who are not weak of mind and faint of heart. That is an adult game, but I would say that this game is for adults not because of the 18+ content, but because of how much meaning there is in this game. You know, some people say that everyone has different kinks. But if you're excited by something like this, go fix your head. That is not okay. If we will leave aside adult content, we will get a game with insanely meaningful story. Story of true biblical love and devotion. Story about strength of personality. Story about what your love should be. Story about what sacrifices one can commit for the sake of others, and many more things. Maggot Baits is a story about life itself. It touches so many philosophical aspects that it's useless to even start mentioning them. You will be a completely different person once you will finish this story. The world around us is full of evil and cruelty hidden from our eyes, and Maggot Baits will demonstrate you it. True ending is what you should see. That is so powerful and beautiful that you will be crying like a girl. I wish Clock Up would release a remake with extended plot, where they would give more attention to characters and the world, and diversify ways to influence how everything proceeds, but that's highly unlikely to happen. Game has a bit of Berserk vibes. I personally love Berserk manga, and I don't want to diminish it in any way, but in my opinion Maggot Baits is far superior to it in meaning and emotions it tries to deliver. Every time I remember this game, it leaves a heaviness in my heart, but such is reality and art to experience. If you will play, consider buying it, even at a discount. That game deserves it, for there are very few such beautiful and meaningful stories like this. I thank you for watching and wish you good mental health. I would like to ask you, have you heard about this game? Have you played it? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. I fare you well, and I'll see you in the next video.